Hello and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I am your host, Miss Rebecca J Felgate, and today we are going back to school for some spooks. Get ready as we talk the top 10 haunted schools in America. I don't know why I have to add to the end of things. I think it just adds the drama. Good. I want to know if you guys believe in ghosts. That's one thing, sure. But more than that, I would like to know if you would like to be a ghost when you die. If you would, then where would you haunt? I would clearly be a theatre ghost like our number 10 because I love that kind of thing. I'd just like spook up on stage and no one would know if I was an actor or a ghost and it'd be great. I think I've thought about this a lot. A lot. If you like our videos, please do make sure you're always leaving a thumbs up, share this video with a friend that needs some spooks today, and if you're not yet subscribed to Most Amazing Top 10, go ahead and do so. If you want to read more about our sources, there are links in our description box, and also links to our Most Amazing Instagrams if you want to catch up with us outside of this channel. Alright, coming in at number 10, my personal favourite, we have the actress of Anchorage. I am always here for a theatre ghost, as discussed, like I really am. An Alaskan theatre ghost? Like, mate, sign me up, that sounds spooky and cold and spooky again. It seems that West High School in Anchorage is the known home of a lady in white, an apparition that haunts the theatre auditorium and backstage spaces. The ghost has been known to run down corridors screaming too, which is just classic drama queen. It seems that those who have had a good look at her say that her white dress appears to be some kind of costume. It is said that she shows up in the audience during productions, occasionally causing lights to flicker. Honestly, take this from a drama geek, your theatre ain't nothing without a theatre ghost, so really you should thank her. Coming into number 9, we have Arizona's Lee Williams High School. I like Arizona, I went there a couple of years ago and I thought it was really cool, but I guess it is a bit of a spooky place, it's quite historic. Now this is actually a newish school in the States and very new compared to a lot of schools on this list, but it has a history. This school is built on the site of two former schools with a very haunted reputation. Now the first was Mohave County Union High School, which prior to that was built on the site of an old pioneer village. See where I'm going with this? During the remodel for the new school, graves were found on the grounds and they were seemingly from an old cemetery. It is said that a number of bodies were exhumed and removed to build the school's foundations, which has only disturbed some of the old spirits. Yes, the school has erected a memorial stone for the 350 settlers who were buried underneath the property, but that isn't enough to settle them down. It is said that women in prairie outfits and men in old-fashioned clothing have been spotted watching on at sporting games. For now, they haven't done anything, but will they? If any of you go to any of these schools, by the way, please do let me know in the comments section down below because you can, like, you know, verify this for me. I want to know the answer to this. What is in room 428 at Ohio University? Find out at number 8. Ohio University, well, it actually has it all going on really. It's built on an ancient burial ground, it's a former insane asylum, it's surrounded by cemeteries. I mean, what else could we add? The building is already your absolute classic horror movie trope. The campus is said to be haunted by a plethora of ghouls, as you would expect. However, the most enduring legend is the legend of room 428. It is said that in the 1970s, a woman became as if possessed. She was shouting and screaming and acting crazy, and then, oddly, she fell to her death. What room did she fall from? Room 428 of Winston Hall. After her death, the room was reportedly so haunted, so scary, that it has been permanently sealed. You can't go there. Or can you? Okay, next up we have a ghost caught on camera at number 7. It's Cleveland High School. Hello Cleveland. Love me, Rebecca, over the water here in Canada. Okay, so have a look at this picture and tell me what you see. Raise your hand when you see it. There? Behind the fence? You got it? Yes, me too. This image was taken on a cell phone by Marcella Davis, who was photographing her nephew at football practice. Innocent. It seems though, when she looked at her phone afterwards, she seems to have snapped a ghoul. Now this ghoul is wearing what can only be described as a suave pink 1970s suit. Like, cool. If you can only haunt in one outfit, I really think you want it to be that outfit. Like, absolutely amazing. I would be literally Devo if I died in like lounging clothes or slacks. I want to be a ghost in a power suit, obviously. Does anyone watching go to Cleveland High School? Who is this chic creep? I love them. They're my new idol. A A ghostly school in a ghostly town, we are taking things to the Lone Star State at number 6 as we talk the 6 Mile Cemetery. 6 Mile Cemetery in Lalano County is a well-known location of local paranormal stories. At the edge of the cemetery sits an old schoolhouse which has been restored for tourism. Local lore says that a number of children were actually killed there by a mad school teacher. Whatever happened, it's said that the spirits of the children and even some teachers alike haunt the spot. Before it was removed, it was said that writing your name 3 times on the original school blackboard would mean that you would be haunted or meet an untimely demise. Who would do that though? Like, why? Why? As a result of so many people breaking in, authorities removed the blackboard, so you can't even curse yourself, which I think is a good thing. Coming into number 5, we have the Seattle Central College. Seattle Central College is the new name for the school that was previously Burnley Professional School of Art. The college is said to be haunted by the spirit of an 18-year-old student who died falling down the rear steps in 1913. Some believe that he was pushed after a fight at a basketball game. Others believe that he actually ended his life by jumping from a window near the steps. The ghost is said to manifest by opening doors when he's feeling helpful and shoving people on the steps when he's not feeling helpful. Others report disembodied footsteps or phones on the campuses dialing without cause. Now, this is how I know that he's a student. Allegedly, errant cups of coffee are poured by phantom hands. Gotta get you that caffeine when you're studying. It's important. Coming into number 4, we have Ithaca College. Ithaca is a private liberal arts school in Ithaca, New York that was established in 1892. Plenty of time for a spooky ghoul or two to attach itself to the hallowed halls, right? Well, yeah. I found this alarming story on Reddit and I want to read you a little edited version. This is what they wrote. I asked my friend last night if he had ever seen a ghost or anything like that. He told me that when he went to Ithaca around 15 years ago, he and a friend and 2 girls were on their way to a party. They were at a part of the campus that was very old and had old Gothic style architecture. He wanted to emphasize how big this building was to me. He said that there was a corkboard on one wall, a single solid piece that was around 40 foot long and unbroken. He said that while the other people were talking, he just couldn't stop looking at this part of the hall. He just kept on staring at it in the room in the distance behind. He found himself fixated. He said he felt colder than he'd ever felt in his entire life, and suddenly he was paralyzed to the point that he could not even breathe. He was overwhelmed with feelings of dread and terror. He was in a full-blown panic because his friends seemed to not notice that he had been standing there and not moving. He thought this would go on forever. After a while, he finally summoned the strength from deep within to break free. When he did so, he regained his movement and bumped into his friend, and to his surprise, he found that by hitting his friend, he snapped him out of a similar paralyzed state. The pair said that they ran away as fast as they could, and when other people that they were with caught up with them to ask, you okay? They said that actually they'd been there staring at the corner of the room for about 20 minutes, and then from their perspective, they'd been staring for 20 minutes and then they just ran away. They thought that just 1 minute had elapsed though. Now, later the friend discovered a nearby cliff which is apparently famous for a lot of suicides. The giant corkboard that they were staring at the end of the room was covered with flyers and articles about missing persons and student obituaries. He said that the media doesn't report on the bizarrely high number of suicides and paranormal reportings at Ithaca because it's such a prestigious high-status school. The kids of all the rich people and the investors and donors just don't want the negative press. Anyone here go to Ithaca? Can you confirm? Can you deny? Let me know. Coming into number 3, we have Preston School of Industry. Also known as Preston Castle, the Preston School of Industry was a long-held reform school for boys in Ione, California, in Amador County. Anyone know what a reform school is? I'll tell you. Basically, it's a kind of a juvenile prison for bad kids to learn how to behave. Now, this one was opened in 1894 and reformed a fair few boys in its time. It actually seems that dozens of boys lost their life here too, either from disease or violence. Some were shot dead if they tried to escape. Now, the facility closed in 2010, but there are still residents. Undead residents. The building is now both spooky and abandoned, and those who have looked around the grounds have heard slamming sounds, voices, falling objects. Some people have actually felt ghosts push and shove them and seen apparitions. Coming into number 2, we have Pocatello High School in Idaho. This school actually actually appeared recently in the TV show Ghost Hunters and has since been making headlines. It seems that shrewd entrepreneurs are selling "We have spirits, yes we do" t-shirts for $10 at Pokey High School. Good, I'd buy one. It's pretty cool, right? It's rumored that a boy drowned in the swimming pool at the school years and years and years ago. They don't even have a swimming pool anymore. The high school principal had this to say on Ghost Hunters.
That night, I get a call every time the alarm system goes off. So I get here and there are lots of police cars here. They said, well, when we got here, the lights were going crazy. We walked through the building, swept the building, found nobody, locked everything up and went home.
Beyond that, a ghost was caught on the school's CCTV camera. Have a look. Ghost, right? It seems that the hall is very much haunted, although I don't want to step on the episode of Ghost Hunters. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It's pretty spooky. Do you go to this school? Let me know. Coming into number 1, unsurprisingly, we have Gettysburg College. It makes a lot of sense, right? Seeing as, you know, the college is physically beside a historic battleground. Some of the rooms of the school were actually used as a field hospital too, so house the dead and dying. For those of you watching internationally that don't know, Gettysburg in Pennsylvania was the scene of a massive battle in 1863 between Union and Confederate forces during the Civil War. Now, over 7,000 people officially died on each side, but thousands more went missing and scores of people were injured. Now, the oldest building on the campus, Pennsylvania Hall, dates back to 1832 and is said to be riddled with ghosts. They don't just stay in the old building either. Lost and wandering souls are seen all over the college grounds. 2004 graduate John said, "Everyone here has had their own ghost story. Like during everyone's time they're here, as in students or teachers, they have some kind of experience with a ghost or a weird occurrence or something." Spooky, spooky, ghouls in your school. Spooky, spooky, ghouls. Schools. Do you like to make up a song? Before I go, I'm gonna read some comments from the top 10 places scarier than Area 51 Part 4. You guys are loving that series. Scouting Legion said, "Anyone else think Rebecca or Eamon would look wicked with crazy coloured hair?" What colour are we talking here? Because I feel like I could rock a pink. I used to have very bright red hair, which some of you haven't forgotten about. So, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling this like beige I've got going on right now. Let me know though. Alison Cornelise said, "Oh my god, Rebecca, I am dying at the end. You need to reply to more trolls, you're funny." I think you're referring to my Skip Friend Skip song, which I'd stand by. If you don't like me waving my arms around, just skip to a bit where I'm more still. Can't promise anything though. Julia Neasley said, "I love watching the videos on this channel for Rebecca. I have downloaded the Buns app and I currently have a lot of points, but no one uses it in my area." Julia, stick with it. Buns is my absolute favorite app. If you guys haven't downloaded it yet, by the way, you can download it. You just search in the App Store, and then when you do, use me, Rebecca Felgate with no spaces, as your referral. It's really good. I love it. Go ahead and do it. They're big friends of us here at Most Amazing Top 10, and the more of you that sign up, the more people will get trading. So, good. Okay. Thank you, we've reached the end of the video, so please do leave a big old thumbs up and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to let me know if you believe in ghosts, and if you were a ghost, where would you haunt? Once again, I'm gonna go with theatre, and now even thinking about it, I think it's gonna have to be like a big theatre, like one of the ones in London. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go dream about my next life as a ghost, or my end of this life. Words! They're really hard when you haven't scripted the end of the video, but to summarise, I'm your host Rebecca Felgate. I'm glad you love these spooky videos. Stick around, we've got a whole playlist, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.